You know, well, first, my name is Lakeisha Wires. I'm one of your triple diamond leaders here on the team. And this is literally, Lydia knows this is literally one of my favorite things to do. And I think this month more than ever, this feels so close to my heart. And I'm going to share with you guys why. First, I'm going to say a quick little prayer. It's going to be real quick. Father, we know that you are here and we thank you for being here. We ask that you grow our wisdom to be business owners, God. Help us to serve first, knowing, God, that it is in serving that we become great. In your son, Jesus' name we pray, amen. So this month is especially, doing newbie training is especially close to my heart because although I've been doing this for 8 years, I'm a newbie this month, okay? I am a new distributor. And that's what I love about having a business is you get the opportunity to create day ones. You get the opportunity to become, right? You get the opportunity to become, and in the process of becoming, you still get to earn income, right? It goes at the pace that I wanted to go at. And the business has gone through so many different transitions with me. And so this month, although I've been there for 8 years, I'm new right along with y'all. Okay. I am new. I am a eighth year senior freshman. Okay. Coming in as an eighth year freshman. I'm just a freshman with a lot of experience. And so my goal today is to, there's this one word that so many people use more often, whether they're using the specific word or the things that you're saying is kind of coming into that meaning of the word. So the word is comfort, right? So many new distributors and seasoned distributors, so many words were saying, I want to feel more comfortable. If I'm more comfortable, I can do this, right? And one of the top things I've learned as an entrepreneur, listen, as a person just living life, okay, that comfort has its places. It does. Sleep, I don't know, a pair of Skechers, a pair of orthopedic shoes, I don't know, a hug, right? Comfort has its places, right? But entrepreneurship, growth, and success and leveling up is not the place for comfort, right? It's not the place for comfort. In fact, when you're not willing to get uncomfortable, you're creating a life of discomfort. Does that make sense? When you're not willing to get uncomfortable, you literally are submitting to a life of discomfort. So you're like, I either can get uncomfortable to create comforts, or I cannot get uncomfortable and then just get a life full of discomforts. What do I mean by discomforts? Fill in the blank. Not being able to pay a particular bill, not being able to say yes, having to work 100,000 hours a week, I don't know, not being able to walk away from something because of what's attached, all of those things, right? And so really, I want you to say to yourself, and as I'm talking to you, I'm saying it out loud with the opportunity to hear it back, is I'm willing to get uncomfortable so that I can choose my comforts. Getting uncomfortable allows you to then begin to choose comforts. So think of some comforts that you want to choose. Right? Is it the type of house that and sometimes is it the way you want to give? Is it the vacation you want to take? Is it the job you want to remove yourself from? Is it the business that you want to start? And so ask yourself today, am I willing to be uncomfortable so that I can put myself in the position to create comforts? And so right now today, say, I am an entrepreneur and I get uncomfortable for a living. I am an entrepreneur and I get uncomfortable for a living. So I shared all that to say, my job here today is not to help you feel more comfortable with building your business. You're like, oh, I'll go to training, I feel more comfortable to send the messages. When I'm a little bit more comfortable, I'll call my mom and them. When I'm a little bit more comfortable, I'll make the post. When I'm a little bit more comfortable, I'll do the host to post. Yeah, I may not use the word comfort, but it's always when I means comfort. And so that is not my goal today, to make you feel more comfortable, to do the things that are going to help you grow. My job today is to empower you and to give you some wisdom and to point you in the direction, right? To point is it's to inspire your action. Okay. So you're not going to walk away from here more comfortable, but you will walk away here more knowledgeable. You will walk away from here more empowered, if you allow me to. Okay. So there's Newbie Orientation, and there's Newbie Circle. This is Newbie Orientation. Here in Newbie Orientation, we focus a little bit more on the technical things of the business. And it's hard to, anytime we talk about the business, it's hard not to talk about the mindset. And so I splashed it in there a little bit, but Newbie circle. You want to do all you can to be a part of both, because they got different flavors. Newbie circle is completely mental. It could take you in a different direction and everything. And so I'll do more technical things. And so this is the place, if you have those questions that you have, like, ask them. Okay, this place is designed for you. It's designed for you to grow. So don't think that there's a question that you cannot ask. In fact, ask a question twice. Maybe it's a question that you asked your enroller, you need to ask it again. So that is the purpose of today. And I want you to walk away here very, very ready to partner with your enroller and your support team in a larger way. Okay. And so I'm here to bridge that gap, to help you ask more educated questions, and to help to set you on the path to say, you know what, I'm really ready to partner with the people who said they wanted to partner with me. All right. We got that? Okay. That's my little start off spiel. So what I want you to do is, I want you to get into the habit whenever you are on Zoom. Let me tell you, I've been in this, when I tell you how long I've been, is because I want you to always know that no matter, I'm still learning. I still don't got it all together. I may have the A and the L. That's it. The A and the L, and that L is the lowercase, okay? When it comes to having it all together. And so whenever you are in a space to learn, have pen and paper near. Even when you're hearing the same thing, sometimes I hear the same information, but it is explained or given so much different, or it's falling on my ear differently, that it's what I need. Do not depend on your brain to be a file cabinet, because listen, there is so many things in your brain, and depending on your brain to be a filing cabinet is literally putting so much unneeded pressure on your brain. And so, and of course, when you write things down, you are positioning yourself to really put it in your subconscious, and that's where we need the information to go. There. So your building your business becomes second nature. Okay. Last thing before I get started, if you can, I do have a couple people who did tell me that they can't, but if you can get into the habit of being in the room so that we can get to know each other. Being in the room means I can see your face, right? Just get in the habit of coming into the room. One day you will be hosting a training, and you're going to appreciate looking at faces. And so we don't have to say, oh, we don't have to share with each other why we don't, but we honor each other. And so our honor says, hey, my screen is going to be off. It's a lot going on in my background, right? We don't do that because your bosses are here, but it's honor, right? You're a boss, you're a CEO, and I'm a CEO. And when two CEOs are together, they honor each other, right? They honor each other, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this. So congratulations, drop in the comments when you started your business, okay? So we having a newbie conversation. I'm a newbie, y'all. So when y'all see me doing newbie things, like, hey, because listen, drop in the comments when you started your business and where you currently live. Drop in the comments when you started your business and where you currently live. Illinois, August 31st, Brooklyn. It just felt like I should say that like that. I'm not sure why. July 10th, Orlando, Florida. I didn't know you lived in Orlando, Florida last week, but today was my first day being able to log in. Memphis, Tennessee. I was in Memphis this weekend. Awesome. So welcome to the squad, guys. Welcome to the squad. And so congratulations. You've done, if you don't see yourself as a person of great courage, right? You should. Because the step that you take, a small percentage of people have enough courage to say yes. A small percentage of people. There's more people who don't say yes than do, right? So you are a remnant of people who say yes to this opportunity, which pushes you closer to the 1% of people who have the wealth of the world. The people who are the 1% to make the wealth are the people who are willing to make bold decisions such as what you've made. And so you've said yes. And so now that you've said yes, right, I always have to remind everybody that opening your business does not make you money. I don't care what kind of business you have. Opening your business does not make you money, right? Beginning to build your business is what makes you money. And so now that you have built your business and you've started your business, now that you've knew that was going to happen. Now that you started your business, it's now important that you now launch your business and go forth in your business and begin to do the things to generate profits within your business, right? And so you all know, have you ever had a new restaurant or something open in your hometown or whatever, right? Even if it's a popular restaurant, McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or whatever, they always do something a little bit extra because they want you to say, look at me, we're open. Look at me, we are open. They want you to know that they are open and they're open for business, right? So they got balloons out there. I don't know, they're giving out free appetizers. They're doing all of these things because they want people to come experience what they have. They believe that what I have, that you guys need it, right? And although you can see me, I'm going to go the extra mile for you to know that I'm open and that I'm ready to serve you. So now that you've launched your business, now it's time for you to truly open and to go the extra mile for people to know that you're there. Okay. People, when you have a business, you go get your people first. And it doesn't, why people go get your people. That's why there's commercials. That's why there's ads on YouTube. That's why there's mailers in your mailbox. That's why you can constantly are seeing, because every person who has something that can serve a person understands that they have to go to where their potential clients are. And so now you started your business, you joined. Now it's time to launch and to let your customers and let people know that I have something to serve a need. And you have to believe that with confidence. There are millions and billions of people who need what it is that you have, okay? And so we're just gonna do a quick little, and I'm gonna make sure I actually have the sound on this week, but we're gonna have a quick little video from our Ambassador Diamond Leader. You know, what I love about our squad is that we want you to see the layers of your support. We want you to understand that there's a machine behind you. There's the person who signed you. So literally, like when you send in a message, even though you by yourself and you feel scared, just imagine there's all these people behind you just like, we ready. We ready. We got you. Okay. And so I'm going to just share a quick video from our Ambassador Diamond Leader. It was her yes that has gotten out of us where we are today. And she has an amazing story. And I'm pretty sure that you'll have the opportunity to be in her presence and to hear from her, including, if you can, Lydia, drop her YouTube link in the comments, and in her YouTube link, she has lots of videos that can help you along the way.
Listen, this is a very big deal. I had to sit down for this one. Welcome to the squad. Oh my God, you just made the best decision of your life. And I may be exaggerating, but not in my opinion, because I started this business 10 years ago. I am Rachel Wiggum, your Ambassador Diamond Leader. And that means that I hit the top rank of this company. And y'all, Jesus done brought me a mighty long way, because I started this business as a single mom who was robbing Peter to pay Paul with a master's degree, okay? And my son was in private school. I needed a way to be able to pay for private school, pay for my rent, pay for the water, pay for tuition, pay for all the things. I needed a salary. I'm here with the master's degree, and y'all not paying me enough money. It didn't make sense to me. And so when I was invited to a party and I heard about a lady making $15,000 a month, I was like, ain't no way. I was blown away. And so right now I'm gonna tell you that God does exceedingly and abundantly more than you can think, ask, or imagine, because with no experience whatsoever, God did more for me. So here I was, this single mom sitting on this couch thinking $15,000 a month was insane. And God said, you think this is insane? I'm gonna give you more. And so honestly, at this point, my husband and I have made $1 million. Like, we've done all the things. He's retired. And I'm excited for you, because today you join Newbie Orientation, you deciding to show up for your business. Your story begins. Your story begins. I can't even begin to tell you how my life has changed in terms of my health, weight loss, being an advocate for my community and telling them and teaching them how to stay healthy and how to lose weight. But so much more than that, I get to help people dream again. Help people believe that God made them for more and then walk in that more. Help people do things and go beyond the limits that they put on themselves. Help people heal. Help people get to know who Jesus is. And so you're in the right place, baby. You're in the right place. Enjoy Newbie Orientation. And I can't wait to see you on Zoom. I can't wait to see you at person and at an event. This is going to change your life. Give us a year. For real, like, give it your all for a year, and I promise you this will change your life. Welcome to the squad, and congratulations to you.
Good thing my daughter was there. She can tell me that I was muted talking to you guys. But moving right along, just into our core values, I'm not going to read through this in its entirety. But one thing that I've learned, and I think it's so important that we share this with you guys because of how closely knit and unified our team is we really want our values as a team to match up with the values of your life. And so it's important that now that you have connected and joined with us as business partners, that you're willing to carry the culture that we have when it comes to our core values of communication, being present, being relentless, being innovative, unity, vulnerability, and serving. And so we are much more than just people who sell a product. We really, really care about the whole person, and we want to give people something that's real, something that's authentic, and we truly want to serve people. And so we just have this expectation that as you have chosen to be a part of this specific squad, that you will embody these, that you will communicate, that you will prioritize events, that you will be open and willing to receive and to give correction, that you will be innovative. If you have gifts that you know that are inside of you, do not hoard those gifts. Be open and willing to share your ideas. And unity, this is our team, not my team, not your team. It's an important verbiage. And vulnerability, be open, be humble, open, and transparent, right? I promise you, probably something that you may have or will experience in this business, someone else has. And so when you're willing to have those safe spaces where you can be vulnerable, or where we have a space where we are saying, hey, open up about what's going on in your business, always know that it's a safe space. And then serve. We do just suggest that you serve within the team, serve in your family, serve outside of your community, and seek ways that you can serve in your church, all of those different things. So we can't help to see you grow in each area. So no matter if you've been here for 1 day or 5 years, there's something we renew ourselves and focus on to be great daily. All right, so just a couple of resources I want you to have as a part of your personal binder or something that you're building for your business. I know we're in a digital age, right? So I do suggest having these digitally in case you need to copy and paste, but I suggest printing them out. Okay, I suggest printing it out. Good old fashioned 3-hole punch in a binder, right? I think it's really important because we not only want to develop you for you to understand these things, but as you go to the next level and you sign a distributor, it's not about you knowing what to say, right? I know that sounds crazy, but it's about you having the resource and being able to use it, right? It's not about who's smart, it's about who can effectively use the resources that are available to them. And so I want to make sure that all of you have this. So go ahead and drop a GP in the comments if you have the game plan checklist. The game plan checklist is this first one at the top, and this is exactly what it is. It's a checklist, a game plan. And the way for it to be effective for you is to literally go through it line by line. And when something doesn't make sense, right? Vulnerability. Open up your mouth and say, hey, I'm on this part where it says training and events, and it tells me to schedule a party. Like, what does that mean? Right? Don't skip over something because it sounds scary, or don't skip over something because you do not know it. The idea of the game plan checklist is for you to begin to develop, but also helps you to develop educated questions for your support team. So go ahead and print this out and go through it line by line. It's like a recipe. It's like a recipe. We have a greater chance of guaranteeing you your initial success when you go through the recipe, right? If you change the recipe, I can't do anything with that, right? If you decide to put 2 cups of flour and you ain't sifted, and I told you to put 4 cups of sifted flour to make this cake, and your cake doesn't taste like mine, it's very clear why not, because you chose to change the directions. And so the game plan checklist is the great part, and as well as the 5 PMs in 72 hours, this is gold. It tells you what to do. It just tells you what to do. If you have it digitally, you can literally put your finger on it and copy and paste the message, and it tells you how to respond and everything. In this part of it is okay to automate. It's okay to automate. If you got a new job today, for any company, especially where you have to speak, they're going to have an expectation that you will develop the sound that they have. They will give you a script. That's what jobs do. They give people scripts all the time. Even if it's a word, everybody at Chick-fil-A says what? My pleasure. Look, it's key news. She's like, my pleasure. Why? Because it's their sound. It's their sound. And so be okay with when you first start your business, we give you a sound. And I know sometimes people say, I don't want it, and it doesn't sound like me. Well, you listen, you're an entrepreneur now. You may sound different, and that's okay. They don't know the develop you. So it's okay to adopt the sound that we give you to help you in this learning phase. So these resources in you help you to make money as you learn. Okay. So be sure you have those, be sure you use them. And when they don't make sense, when the information ain't adding up, that's when you say, hey, I need somebody to help me, which brings me to this understanding your support. You know, as a new entrepreneur, as a new business owner, there's so many things that are going to come up that you just don't understand, that just feel different, all of the different things. And it's important that you have a community of people that understand your experience, right? About your business, don't get advice from the outside. About your business, get advice from the inside. Because no one who does not do what we're doing cannot articulate how to process through something, even when it comes to a life, right? Because I'm a busy mom, right? If you talk to a busy mom that doesn't do the business, I'm not saying you can't get tips to her. She may not necessarily understand. Find a busy mom within the support system where they can give you some tips and the things that they're doing to be able to thrive in their business, right? And so it's really, really important that you understand that you have a full line of support system from the person who enrolled you. Your enroller is your enroller. They're the person who specifically talked to you and got you started in the business. Your enroller is also your upline. However, you will have additional uplines. It could be someone that they strategically place you with, but also your enroller's upline, your diamond leader. Everyone here has a diamond or above leader, and it's important that you know who that person is. Let me tell you, your diamond and above leader, they're paid very well, right? To help you grow. And I always say this, the student in the class who gets the most help is the student who sits in the front and asks the most questions. And so get what you need and understand your support system. And so we do have our team page, the Money Squad team page. It's our private Facebook community created to provide a vault of information as well as a space for you to connect with others, right? You can ask, hey, who lives in Orlando, Florida? Or whatever, those questions. Our team page keeps you in the loop with updates, contents, important things for you to know. And so know all of the information that your upline knows or your enroller, for the most part, you also have access to that information. You just want to be in the right place. So never hesitate asking for help. You are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. That is an old calendar. So just so you know, we do have a calendar of events, an online calendar. A lot of the things are reoccurring. And one thing I do want to share with you personally is we do have a devotional and journaling space. It is at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's very worth it to get on. There's journaling prompts. We do have a devotional that we're doing. If you don't have the devotional, you speak up. We can send you a picture of the devotional for that day. We also can give you a link for that devotional so you can hop in and it's on this code. Typically, everything that we do that's for our specific team is on this code. So keep this code on standby. We use it for all of our personal virtual events. If it's ever a different code, it may be a corporate event or another team that's having an event that we're just being a part of. And so we do that. And I'm gonna tell you, I think it's a great space to be, because remember, we care about the whole person. Okay. We understand that where your spirit is, then will follow in your reality. And so everything that we can to point you in that right direction to grow spiritually, we're always going to do that. And so just keep in mind that calendar. It's in our team page, our September calendar. And yeah, just keep those events in mind. Also, we have green carpet coming up. It's not too late to be a part of that event. The event is in Dallas, Texas. You can go into your eSuite. You also can talk to your upline about getting a ticket and being a part of it. Excuse me. We do come together as a team to share room cost, to make lunch cheaper. So we do everything we can to make the trip cost effective, because we do understand that it is an investment for everybody. And so just because you're a new distributor does not mean that you cannot go. Okay. And so if you can, I suggest being there. A corporate event will change your business. Also, being in the room with the Money Squad will change things for you. Okay. So it's in Dallas, Texas. If you speak up, there may be people from your area driving. And also, if you go look at the ticket, it's probably cheaper than what you think. All of those things. So sometimes we create a narrative in our head. And when we create a narrative in our head, we count ourselves out. Instead of just taking the steps, right? It doesn't cost you to, let me see how much it is for me to fly to Dallas, right? right? Let me see. Let me get in a room with 6. How much is it for me to get in a room with 6 other people? Right. It's really cool. We've done it since I've been in the business. It's a cool thing. So don't count yourself out. It's September 23rd and 24th, or 22nd and 23rd. 22nd and 23rd. So it is fastly approaching. But again, you can be a part of that. However, stay tuned for other events and things like that, and always say, hey, if I can connect on a local level or any of those things, I will. And then also you can begin to build a team where you are and begin to host Monday meetups and different things of that nature too. And so we see you as the leader of your area. There's no one in your area tag, you're it. You're the leader of your area. You're the leader of your area. Hold down the fort for being the leader of your area. So now we're going to go into, we got 9:30. We're doing pretty good. We're going to talk about your why. Let's talk about your why. And so I'm going to bring up Rachel's story here soon. But this part is, I would say, hands down, one of the most important things to connect with the business, right? The reason why it's so important to, have you ever went to work and you want to go, like your day job? Look, Zanita said, y'all ever went before? Y'all ever went to work like, I don't want to go? Y'all drop a something in the comment, like if you've ever felt that way. Like, Lord, do you really need me to go, Jesus? You ever felt that way? Do you know why you went? Because you want to pay your bills. That's why you went. You've attached your why to it. You've attached something important to it. Even when you're sick and tired, they ain't paying you enough, your breath stink, your cubicle too small, I don't know, all the things, right? They didn't approve your vacation day, right? All of the different things, right? You still choose to go because you've attached something that's important to you to it. So I'm gonna go. And so it's important for you to do that to your business. But the good thing about your business is you get to think even beyond survival. And so you've got to attach something to your business that says to you, when I don't feel like it, I will. When I didn't get the result that I wanted today, I still will. So if you were able to tap into that for your day job, tapping into it for your business is much more rewarding. Because in your day job, you can show up sick and tired every day, but they choose whether or not they think you need a raise for it. In your business, you choose. And so connecting a why to it just makes a difference. It makes a difference. It gives you motivation that comes from within, right? Inspiration and motivation that can come from within is far more powerful than motivation that you have to get from another place. It's not to say that we don't personally develop and do those things and get motivation and get inspired from those things, but there's something about it, inner motivation. Inner motivation helps to turn into discipline, meaning I don't have to feel motivated to do the thing. Why? Because I've made it very clear, just like your job, I made it very clear that I'm going here today because I still wanted my lights to be on. And so I want you to ask yourself, do I know why I'm here and why I need this business to be successful? And the answer can't be for extra income. Why are you here? And you want to develop that, and you want to take our core value of being vulnerable, of being hot, honest, open, and transparent. Because I'll tell you this, let me tell you why I know everybody is not completely truthful, because that was me. Let me tell you. And y'all don't leave me out here like over in the side like it just be me. Okay. So when I first got started, I was enrolled by her name's Andrea Hardy. She's on the team still. We went to high school together. We're from the same city. It's not that big or whatever. And so everybody really knows everybody, right? And I was not in the place where I was okay for her to know how much I was struggling. Because I'd already judged myself, and it was just like, I can't, you know what I mean? You ever felt that way? Like, I don't want people to know that this is really what's happening and that I'm struggling over here. So I fabricated, it wasn't a lie, but I chose a why that still made me seem like I had it together, right? That's what I did. I told her something. I didn't tell her what was real. It took me a few years, right? To really be empowered and to stand in my testimony, right? It took me a few years. I wasn't there. And so I always share that with people to say this. "Oh, beautiful. I always share that with people to say, it's okay where you are now. It's okay to share your struggle now. What's not okay is having a solution and not using it to get out of it. And so I want to invite you all to be willing to be open with your enroller about why you really need this business to change your life. If you struggled with paying your car note for the last 2 months, we're not judging you. If you're not, if really you're down to the wire paying your mortgage or your rent, we're not judging you. If your plates are expired, we ain't judging you. But we're here to offer a solution. And so when you share that with people, we have a place of saying, I said, now Rose, I know you want to be home with them babies. And say, you know what? I do. Let me go and send this message. I'm going to this party. You know what I mean? I'm able to look at someone and say, hey. But if you say something that's fabricated, right? Then when we say it to you, it's really not gonna pull your heartstring. So it's okay. It's okay. We understand all of it. Eviction, repossession, not being able to pay a bill, not being able to keep up with the Joneses, having to tell your kids no. We understand all of it, right? We also have a solution. And so if you've ever felt judged because of where you are, today's the end of that. Because again, typically we're judging ourselves, and because we judge ourselves, we put that off on other people as well. So be real about your why. And then once you're real about it, you know what we're gonna say? All right, suck it up, buttercup. Let's change it. Let's change it. First step is me being real about where I am. Second step is me leaning into the solution. When you can be real about your why and get out of the emotion of it for a little bit, it becomes clear the wisdom that God has given you to get yourself out of it. So if you have not already, I need you to text your enroller your real why, not the fake one. And sometimes it is that, sometimes you're not, it could be, like I do well in my job, so I just really need an extra income so I can get my nails done. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is that, and that's okay if you're there. Don't be ashamed about you doing well for yourself. Maybe you're just getting yourself to a new level. Also, if you are a person who's doing well for yourself, dream bigger. Dream bigger. Congratulations, you bought the house. How are you going to take that 40-year mortgage down to 10? You know what I mean? So maybe you are doing well. Dream bigger. There's always another level. All right. So share that with your enroller. And so I'm going to share with you in this perspective, when we talk about Rachel's story, and I'm going to share this perspective because, as you see these pictures, you can see like different phases of Rachel's life. That's Day over there, but you can see different phases of her life. And what you don't see is the things that happened in between the phases. Okay. Sometimes we only get to see the highlight reel of people's life. We don't get to see the middle part really. And even if we share, even when people share, a lot of, like Rachel, she's very open about her story, you still weren't there for the emotion of it. Right. And so on these pictures, we don't see the things that she went through with just being a young single mom, the things that she went through with her child's father. You don't see the death of her father, the tragic death of her father. You don't see the things that she's gone through with her family. You don't see the infertility. You don't see that. You don't see the people quitting on her in the business. You don't see all of that. You only see the person who succeeded. You only saw the seed at maturity. You didn't see what happened under the ground. And so her being able to endure is what allowed the seed to get to maturity. And so, but her why was strong enough to say, yes, I just lost my dad in a tragic way, but I'm still going to show up for my business. Yes, I keep having miscarriage after miscarriage as I watch other people have babies, but I'm still going to show up for my business. You know what I mean? Yes, this is happening with my family. Yes, I'm experiencing this. Yes, people are quitting on me. Yes, all of these things are happening, but I am still showing up. Why? Because of the clarity of her why. And so when you see a person thriving in the business, not for one moment can you assume that they're not experiencing life. They have the ability to keep their why in the forefront and continue to go through it so that they can see the seed to maturity. All right. And so and now next we'll talk about your developing your own personal story with the products. Developing a personal story with the products is so important. It gives you authenticity. It gives you more faith in your business. It makes you the billboard of your business, all of those different things. And so no matter where you are, it's not always weight loss. Sometimes it's hair growth. Sometimes it's, your gut health. Sometimes it's, your whatever it may be, right? There's a journey that you can go through with these products. Okay. And so it's really important that you find your products. You find your product. What are the 2 or 3 products that you are loving on, that you are loving, that you are using out loud, right? If you're a person who has an area of opportunity when it comes to what to post or what to say, right? The first way to really understand what to post, what to say, and what to do is using the products, is to have a journey. When you can effectively share your journey, you'll always have something to say. So let's say you're on a hair growth journey. Not only are you talking about taking the gummies, talking about the serum, you're also talking about your wash day. You're also talking about the moisturizers that you like. You're also talking about your protective styles. You're also talking about all of those different things. And so a journey adds so much authenticity to your story and to how you share the products. Okay. And so this is Robin, who's lost well over 100 pounds. She's one of our diamond leaders. And her method is sharing her journey. We've seen her do keto and share low carb. We've seen her had to get new wardrobes. We've seen the emotional things and all of the different things that she's experienced with having such weight loss success. And so start your journey. If you start your journey, you'll always have something to talk about. You'll then be able to talk about products from a perspective from a personal perspective. And so you should definitely develop a personal product story. And if you don't know where to start with your gut health. It's a great place for everybody to start. You pick one of those 3 gut health packs and stick with that and just share the journey with that. And so with that being said, if you have not, you should set up your monthly subscription and just log into eSuite, click auto shipments, and create a new auto shipment to select 2 or more products. If you signed in the month of September, your first auto shipment can run in October. If you signed prior to September, you should have an auto shipment running, and by the 15th, 16th of the month. Here's a little secret. If you are in this space of spending the money, put wraps on your 2 bags of wraps on your auto shipment, and then you can sell them and make your money back. Okay. You can sell the individual packs of wraps. So there's always a way to make sure your business is paying for itself. Okay. So just a little bit here, the steps to success. This here is also, remember that binder since you're creating, you should have these go ahead and print out. Let's see, it's October, November, December. Wow. So go ahead and print out at least 4. That's 1 of these sheets per month. You can do more, so you want at least 4. So go ahead and print out 8 because you guys are amazing. So you probably do 2 a month. So go ahead and print this out to put in your binder. This here is your roadmap. It's your roadmap. Keep it simple, right? One of the easiest things to do is too much. Is to overthink, right? What helps you not overthink is being clear and having your map, right? Your map tells you step 1, join the party. Your monthly subscription. Step 2 tells you to sign to get 6 people to use the products. Step 3 tells you to get 3 people to join in the business with you and repeat. You do this and repeat, your business will grow. Just want to skip that for today. All right, a day in the life of a distributor. And so I want you to write down SD, PD plus PMF. Okay, so the first thing that you should be leading with is filling your mind. Really working on your mindset first, your spiritual and personal development allows you to be the thermostat of the room instead of a thermometer, meaning your customers are not going to shift your mood because you've been intentional about your brain space. And so every day you should be doing personal development and spiritual development, posting it to your page, messaging, and following up. And so just to go into that a little bit in depth, their personal development is about growing your mind, and so it's something you want to do intentional. I always say, if you don't put something in your mind intentionally, weeds will grow. Something's going to grow in your mind, and you want it to be something that you're intentionally planting in there. Okay, so remember that every day. I don't want weeds growing in my head. I want something that I'm intentionally planting. Right, I want the majority of what you're consuming when it comes to your ear gates, your eye gates, all of those things should be something that you want reflected in your life. Of course, I know you don't watch movies and things like that, but don't let that be the majority of what you're consuming. The majority of what you're consuming should be some things that you want to be reflected in your life. And so the first book we want you to read is Go Pro by Eric Worre. Posting. So posting is a way to say my business is open. It is a storefront for you. It is a commercial for you. It's a way for people to get to know you, because know that what makes you and I, what makes our businesses different is me, is you. And so you have to share who you are. And so remember that the brand is not you, that you are not, the brand is a part of you. So don't lose you. So personal posts, who are you? What do you do? What are your top 5? So if you see my page, I will talk about praise and worship, spirituality. My daughter is a gymnast, so me as a mom, my fitness journey. I share a lot of my husband's business. So if just looking through my page, you're able to learn a bit about me. Product posts, your experience with the products and why you love them. Lifestyle posts, how the business is impacting you. You do not have to have been in the business a long time. You can say, hey, I just jumped off of a business meeting with some business partners, and I am just so inspired and excited to make money with these other women, right? So how is this business impacting you? And business posts is very clear post inviting people to come into business with you. Now know this, as you are posting, okay? It really goes down in the DMs, okay? The best way to get customers is to talk to them personally. Okay, so there are a collection of tasks in the newbie launch and boards and game plan checklists that set you up to talk to people personally. Having a party on Zoom, having a party in person, going to the message. It's almost like a group text. If it's a lot of people in a group text, you can just choose not to say anything. But when I'm talking to you personally, there's more of oh, she's talking to me. Let me respond to her. So your fortune is in the follow-up. Just know if someone doesn't say something back to you right away, it's okay. That's not rejection. It takes the average person 7 exposures for them to make a decision, for them to get a yes. So it's okay. So keep following up. I always say, believe the last thing someone told you. If the last thing they told you is they wanted to lose 50 pounds, they still want to lose 50 pounds. If the last thing they told you that they're interested, they're always interested. I don't care if someone said it to me 3 years ago. If that's the last thing that they said to me, then that's what I go off of. Okay. All righty. So we are at the end of that. We did good. I'm getting better. It's 9:46. So let's just talk about, let's see what questions you guys have. And so I would love to get at least 5 questions. Try that. All right, who knows how to make their first $150?
I actually had a question.
Okay, go ahead. And then we'll go back to that. Go ahead.
Oh, so how often should we post as new business owners?
So, I mean, I can give you a specific number, but just know this: it's your business. Post, girl. But you want to get three posts, and then you can count, and then in your stories, between that and your story, the stories is just a complete story. But I try to post like three-ish times a day, and so it's not really how much do I post as a new business owner. I just want you to be you. And so have I posted something that shares with people who I am? What do people know about Tiana by just looking at looking at my page, right? Do people know what I have to offer? Has my page seen my face, right? If you are a person who constantly people ask you for spam, that means they don't see your face enough. That's it. That I'm telling you, that's it. If they see your face and I got gummies in my hand, come on. So if you're getting that response, and so that's what I would say. Every day, go for a personal post, things about you, product post, a before and after picture. So just mix it up. But I was kind of careful to answer that question because sometimes when we get too technical, it causes paralysis, right? If you feel it, post it. I don't care if you got 10 posts up that day, post it. There also may be a day where you don't have anything and you just post to your stories, and that's okay too. There also may be a day that you're mostly messaging, and that's okay too. I'm not saying don't be posting on your page, but what I'm saying is, to me, messaging is more non-negotiable than posting. I do want you to post, guys, but messaging is the most important because you can post all day, but if you don't message people and talk to people, you won't get customers. Hope that helped.
Okay, I had a quick question. In my package that I received with like my new gummies and all that type of stuff. Sorry, my baby's active right now. I thought it was gonna come with the wraps as well, or it's like, do you have a choice to choose what comes in the welcome kit, or is it just the same for everybody?
It is the same unless you got the boost with the wraps.
Gotcha.
So if you didn't get the boost with the wraps, it didn't come with wraps. So if you just paid, so if you use the promo code, it was probably just $49 or $99, then that's just without it. But listen, we can always go in here and get the wraps for you.
Okay. That was the one that I wanted. I feel like most of my target audience would like to see, and I wanted to like post pictures of me using it first, and I feel like
so I would get with your enroller and go ahead and order them, because probably once you wrap once, you'll probably sell them that quick.
Right.
Okay. So I will go ahead and just set up an auto shipment. And when did you sign? You signed in August?
Like last week. It was still
okay. So get with your enroller, and I will go ahead and put like either 2 bags of wraps in your auto shipment or a bag of wraps in defining gel, because you're completely right. You're completely right. People love that instant gratification. If you are one of those people who will go live and wrap, I promise you're going to get some success from it. So I will get with your enroller tonight and say, hey, can you just walk me through getting an auto shipment set so I can get some wraps? 100%. Yeah. Go sleep.
The auto shipments cost, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how much that's the 20?
Well, the 20 is for your website, but your auto shipment is at your control. You just you want it to be 80 BV, so typically like 2 products or more. But it really is based on what you choose. And so it could be a cheaper auto shipments, like if you got like the auto shipment react pack, or I mean, there's some people who just ball out like, hey, I need all of this. And so it is something that you can control.
Okay.
Yeah. People who run auto shipments, though, there's always a level of success in their business in some way. Because it's like a seed in your business. And the more you're using the products, the more you're just building confidence, but also you're putting yourself in a position to have another stream of income within your business, right? So for me, like I have at least 12 wraps, and so I have to think 12 times 30, whatever that is. Somebody do the math. 12 times 30. That's another stream of income within my business.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what do you do when you feel overwhelmed? Like, what do you do when you feel like it's just nothing's working and you're like pushing? I will fill my stories up to like no more can go there. I post all day, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. And it's like, I don't know, sometimes I don't be knowing what to do.
I'm so glad you asked that. I'm gonna give you my definition of overwhelmed.
Okay.
My definition of overwhelmed, because I get overwhelmed. And I started to like do my own research of my own self of like, what are the things leading up to me being overwhelmed, right? And I noticed that the things that were leading up to me being overwhelmed was a collection of thoughts in my head that are disorganized. It's like a bunch of stuff. And sometimes, and then those thoughts, and then when I look at like my desk or something, it looks just like my mind. My desk, my table, somewhere is like stuff, right? It's a collection of thoughts in my head that I cannot get organized. And so sometimes when we're overwhelmed, right, it's just too many things here and it's unorganized. And so here's the first thing that I say is, first of all, don't be online all day. Okay. Don't
Okay.
be online all day. You know, don't do that.
Okay.
I'm not telling you not to work, but don't be online all day, right? You got to be online all day. And so I want you to be very clear in what I'm going to do. Have you signed a customer before?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get that customer?
Actually it was easy. He was my BFF and he was like, whatever you do, I'm gonna support it. And I sent him my link and I had a Zoom party and he just ordered it. He's actually never even used the products. He just ordered it just because it was me.
Okay. And now that's your only customer you got? Congratulations.
No, I have 3 other ones too.
Okay. Tell me how you got another one.
The other one, she's like my sister. I grew up with her since I was like 12.
Okay.
And I called her on the phone, let her know what I was doing.
Okay.
And she was like, okay, send me your link. I'm gonna look at some stuff. She looked at some stuff and then she ordered it.
Okay.
And the other 2 were complete strangers actually. When I put up a post, 2 of my friends shared it and they like mentioned me in a comment and was like, hey, give me a call so I can make sure you're a real person. So I called them up and they actually made purchases.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you some things that I've heard. So sometimes I have to remind myself, why did I get the last customer? And so sometimes we stray. So here, I'm going to tell you what I heard in all of them. One thing I heard in all of them is call. It's the first thing, call. I've heard that in every single interaction that you had. The second thing I heard was somebody sharing a post, right? And so that what that says to me, here's what that says to me. A huge bit of your social media focus should be host to post.
I don't even think it was a host to post. It was like,
no, but it gives host to post vibes. Sharing a post.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now it's saying, how do I focus on getting 10 hosts to post up a day? Because that was a method. That was a method because you got you got a customer from a stranger because someone put your information out somewhere else. That's essentially host to post. And so that's the first thing. That's the first thing. Like, okay, I would say that's where Diamond has found some success. So if I were you, when it comes to your checklist of what you're doing every day, right? High on your priority list should be getting your host to post up.
Okay.
That's the first thing. The second thing is you have success when you call people.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking to someone, I'm going to cut the small talk and I'm going to call them right on Facebook because that's been working for you.
Okay.
And so if you feel overwhelmed, I would say pause, take a step back, start by focusing on one thing, right? My focus in this moment is to get up 10 hosts to post. My focus is not doing my stories. I'm not saying you're going to do those things, but focus on one thing at a time. And so sometimes when we can have a focus on one thing, then we can have a sense of accomplishment. Like, I filled my stories. Done with that, right? I got my 10 hosts to post up. I'm done with that. Right.
Yeah.
And so I would say that focus. And then what you'll find is that you're being more productive online. And when you're more productive online, you don't necessarily have to be online all day because we also care about your quality of life. Okay.
Okay.
So when you're more productive. So I would say get a calendar if you're not using a calendar, an hourly calendar. Make a list of the top 6 things that you're going to do every day in your business. List. And focus on one thing at a time. So often we're focused on all of the things instead of a thing. Multitasking is something that we always say is a strength, but sometimes the strength is being able to focus on what's just in front of you. Because often when we're to multitask between 2 things, that means that means each thing is only getting 50% of me, which is not effective. Instead of me saying, let me do this thing and it can get 100% of me. If this thing can get 100% of me, it's going to be better than me giving 2 things 50% of me at one time. You see what I'm saying? And and then lastly, I would say ask for more help. When something that you're doing is not working at the capacity which you wanted to work with. I would say give your enroller or someone you trust, say, hey, I want you to look through my messages. I want you to look at my page and tell me what you think. If you've never done that, do that before. Ask your upline or your diamond leader, like, hey, scroll through my page and just tell me what you think.
Yeah, me and Brittany, like we would FaceTime or like Zoom call or something, and I'll share my screen with her, and we would go over all of it together to see like what's going on and stuff like that. But then when I started getting like people coming in and buying stuff, like I feel like she has more faith in me sometimes than I have in myself. Like she will swear like I can do it, and I'd be like, can I? So it be taking some time. It be taking like motivation sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, this one I gotta finish. I gotta do this. Yeah.
So here's my assignment for you, okay? My assignment
Okay.
for you is I need you to get 10 hosts to post up every day.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in my notes.
10 posts to post up a day. The second thing is if you've not booked a one-to-one with Brittany, go ahead and book a one-to-one. No matter how much faith she has in you, and that's what you want. You want a leader who sees more than you see in yourself. It's great to have that. Right.
Yes, I love Brittany.
And then tell her exactly what it is that you need. I want you to look and tonight I want you to text her and I said, I want you to say, I want you to look through my social media site, my social media. I want you to give me your feedback. I want you to give me your honest feedback. Okay.
Okay.
And personal and spiritual development. I don't know what you're reading this month, but get with Brittany and find something to read. Because what starts your day rules the world. The thing is when you get the first thing right in your hierarchy, if you don't get the first thing right in your hierarchy, everything else is going to be out of order. That makes sense? You can't get in order if it's not in order first. So I want you to ask yourself, am I starting off with getting my spirit and getting my mind together first? Because when you don't start with that, everything else is out of order. When you start with that, everything else is going to be in order. So when Diamond works on herself first, you'll find yourself not as overwhelmed. I promise.
Okay.
So personal and spiritual development, being very clear on what you're reading and how you're feeding your mind, right? The second thing is, and sometimes the business is not overwhelming you, your life is overwhelming you. And sometimes it's easy to say it's our business. I'm telling you, because I've been there. Like, because I'm showing up to my business already overwhelmed with my life. Y'all feel that? Like I'm showing up to my business already overwhelmed my life, which makes my business more overwhelming. Meaning I have to pause and take some time to get myself together so I can show up to my business the way I need to. You know what I mean? And
I'm following you.
Yes. So those are my assignments for you. Your host to post, reading, set up your one-to-one, and you're doing it, like she says, you're doing an amazing job. And you have to believe that about yourself. Like you have got to believe about yourself. How great you are has nothing to do with your result. And so sometimes we attach our greatness to what we accomplish way too much. Like all of us here have already been made great. You just have to do the work to express that greatness, right? To express that greatness. So let me know how that goes. So when Diamond is a top enroller this month, y'all remember this conversation.
Yes. And you gotta get on the bus tomorrow and I'm gonna come back and do my stuff.
Proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
Proud of you. And get you a good song or motivational video. Something that like gets you. Here's some songs I can listen to and I'm like, all right, she's ready.
Yes, I feel it. Yes, I know what you mean. Okay.
Listen, Elevation got a new song and it go, who am I to deny what the Lord can do? And every time I hear it, I'm like, you know what? Yep. You are more than able. I'm ready. So find those things that can, get you where you need to be, because we all get overwhelmed, right? So you're not alone in that, for sure. I'm liable to get overwhelmed if I go to sleep because I need to clean my kitchen. All right, one last question we got here is 10:02.
It was one that was in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it was like a statement, but yeah.
How great you are had nothing to do with the result of it. That's it. Genesis 1:26. If you never read it, go read it. Genesis 1:26.
She said, I don't know her name. It's iPhone 2. She said, I've literally talked to over 200 plus people and no customers, and I post all day and try to respond fast.
How many of those 200 people is that? You had 200 first exposures? And how many screenshots? I would say, how many screenshots have you sent to your enroller or getting online with them and letting them go through your messages with you? Because I feel that, right? We're on the same page, girl. She my inbox. But that's what usually when that happens, that's what I would do. I would share what message you are sending, and then I would go in that portion in that follow-up. Just know as you guys read Go Pro by Eric Worre, it'll share with you things like it takes the average person 7 exposures to say yes. And so how are we exposing people? I always try to assume the best about people, right? Majority people, some people just ignore you. I ain't gonna lie. But the majority of people ain't ignoring you. Y'all ever looked at a message and walked away from it? And like really in real life, you intended like to, y'all ever did that? People do that, like just like you got a lot going on, they do too. And so it's our job to follow up to bring it to remembrance for them, right? And so it's not always that people don't want what you have or they're ignoring you. It's just our job. It's just our job. Like, hey girl, it's weird. I messaged you. Did you get my message? Right? We have a whole folder of how to respond to people who are ignoring you. And so continue to do the things. And so what I would suggest is you as well, get your 10 hosts to post up a day. Get those Zoom parties and things of that nature, and then get with your enroller to go through your messaging so they can see the message that you're sending, the responses that you're getting, and you can get that real time. Let me tell you, just send them your Facebook password and say, hey, look through these messages for me. And whenever I do that, even at this level that I am, sometimes people are able to find holes that we have, but also they're not connected emotionally to your inbox. And when a person's not connected emotionally to your inbox, they're like, girl, let me say this. You know what I mean? And so I would do that, and that will help a lot. And so kudos to you for getting those messages out. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm excited for you guys. Just go with what you know. If you go with what you know, you'll learn more. If you go with what you know, you'll learn more. If you try to learn more, then go, yeah, you just be learning more. And then if you go with what you know, you will learn a lot more. So just go. Just be excited, right? Everybody had day one. All righty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pray us out. And listen, I'm going to get the recording up today. I sure am. So, Father, I thank you for each of these ladies. I thank you that you have heard their prayer and that you answered their prayer in the form of a business. I ask, God, that everything that was said tonight, God, that it seeps deeply and that it was understanding. And I pray that you just be with them and that you honor their diligence in their business. And that even for the 200 messages that were sent, all the notes, all the stories and everything, God, that you will honor the seeds that have been planted. And so, Father, right now, we pray that every seed that has been planted, God, that it will come to maturity today. And so, Father, we thank you for what you've done and what you're doing. In your son's holy name, amen. All right, guys, have a wonderful night.